Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Yesterday we read on Twitter that someone tried to commit suicide because their COPR expired and because they have been stuck in India for over a year now.
Then we read an article which says that Immigration Canada reports rise in suicide calls from visa applicants.
And then we read another article where people shared their stories of how expired COPR holders are in deep depression and having suicidal thoughts. This all is very disturbing and happening because of the PR processing delays and expired COPR holders not being able to travel to Canada and start their life in Canada.
Enough is enough. Today we are going to talk about a topic that we have been avoiding for a long time. Our view on Canada's travel policy, especially when it comes to expired COPR holders, and what should the people who are affected by this travel ban do to get over this negativity that surrounds them.
This video will be in English because we want to address as many people as we can. And maybe, just maybe, it travels to people who are in position to do something about this situation. So let's get started.
A lot of you know that we came to Canada just 4 days before the travel ban, and trust me when we say this, we really value the importance of these 4 days.
We had a business back in India and we closed that business in December 2019 and took a 3-month break before traveling to Canada. In January, we booked our flights for the 19th of March. It was a Cathay Pacific via Hong Kong.
And in February, we realized that COVID is spreading outside of China into Hong Kong, and therefore we rescheduled our flights via London. And as luck would have it, we were getting a cheaper flight for 11th of March than on 19th. So we booked that.
The reason why we are telling you this now is because it breaks my heart to think that we could have never made it to Canada. We would have never bought a house and have everything that we have now, including this channel which we love so much.
And it's heartbreaking to know that so many of you are in the same situation right now. So happy when you got your ITAs and COPRs, and because of this stupid goddamn pandemic, stuck in life with no jobs and no sight of when will you be able to travel.
So I'm not surprised that people are going into depression. But there are things that you need to know that you can do in this difficult time that will help you get a head start when you finally reach Canada.
And these are things that I wish someone told us when we were in India. And trust me when we say this, these are things that will decide whether you succeed or fail to achieve the Canadian dream when you finally land here. More on that later in this video, but first let's talk about the stupidity that surrounds us.
While we really appreciate what the Canadian government has done for immigration, making it so easy for people to immigrate and change their lives forever, we can also live with their stance on not coming with regular draws or choosing CAC candidates over FSW. At least that's fair to people who invested in education and paid taxes in Canada. Kind of makes sense.
But what we absolutely cannot understand is why would you not allow people with COPR to travel? What are you really worried about? Is it unemployment? The COPR folks will come and won't be able to get a job and be a burden on you? I don't think so. They aren't eligible for any of the benefits except maybe childcare, and they are bringing in money from their home country. That's foreign currency spent in Canada, which is only going to help the economy. And to be honest, most of these new immigrants are highly skilled, and the ones I know got jobs within a few weeks. So I really don't see any downside for the Canadian economy here.
The other thing that you may be worried about is that it's pandemic and people coming from outside Canada can get COVID into the country. Well, that's already solved. You are charging up to $2,000 for a 3-day quarantine, which to be honest is way too much. But that's a different discussion altogether.
But there's your solution. There are over 100 hotels near Pearson Airport. Just add a few more to your quarantine list and let people quarantine there till they get a negative COVID test.
You make money, the hotels make money. People get employment in these hotels and immigrants get to start their life in Canada.
In fact, not allowing these COPR holders will cause more problems. Number one, it will create unnecessary work. They get COPR, then their medicals expire, then they need authorization letters, and all this work can be avoided by just allowing them to come in the first place. Number two, delays for people waiting for COPR. Because of all this rework, there is such a massive backlog of applications, and it's taking over a year for all these new applications to be processed. And the one that I'm most concerned about, once the travel ban is lifted, So many immigrants will come all at once, and the Canadian job market is not ready for so many people looking for jobs at the same time. And if Canada is worried about unemployment right now, imagine what would happen when 500,000 immigrants come to Canada all at once.
And you know what the worst part about this is? Lack of communication. People were given a COPR, great. Travel ban happened, understandable. COPRs expired, alright. But why can't we have better communication even if it's bad news?
People don't know whether they will get an authorization to travel tomorrow or in 2022. They can't start a new job, some people are waiting to get married, and some want to start a family after coming to Canada. All these are real life problems which are creating mental health issues deeper than one could imagine, and these can be solved with a simple statement and communication, even if it says that we will start giving ALs after 80% of Canadians are vaccinated. Give them some vision, some direction to those who are going to be future taxpayers and voters. The least that we can expect from the Canadian government is better communication.
And guys, I understand that it's hard. Trust me, there isn't a week when we don't think what would have happened if we would have taken that March 19th flight. But coming to Canada in the middle of pandemic was no Disneyland.
You have seen us struggle through our initial days when I wasn't getting a job. We were living in a windowless basement, and I hate to admit it, but I made a mistake of taking it lightly while waiting for my PR in India.
And I got lucky. We were launching Can Guide to help people immigrate to Canada, and that got me a job. Telling the employers that I have an app on the Play Store that's used by real people was a game changer. And it got me a job within a month of landing in Canada despite the pandemic.
The reason why we are telling you this is that while it's depressing and hurts not to be able to come to Canada, there is so much that you can do to ensure that you get the start you deserve when you finally land here.
Starting with, be the best at what you do. Competition will be fierce. So many immigrants will be landing at the same time, and the number of jobs would not magically increase.
Make sure you are networking well, make sure you know the scope of your job, make sure you know how to apply for jobs and what it takes to get one in Canada. I took this lightly and I don't want you to do that. The best time to prepare for the Canadian job market is before landing here. It could save you hundreds if not thousands of dollars and save you from the mental stress of unemployment.
I made an app that gave me a job. So if you're an app developer, a content creator, or make websites, something where you can show your work, do that now. Make an app and put it on App Store. Make your profile on a fancy website, do things that will make you stand out and get the employers to choose you over 100 others that have applied for the same role. In short, get your fig jam in place.
And then get certifications. Get yourself educated. If you see a job on LinkedIn and it says that certification is preferred or optional, get it. Do not wait to come to Canada. Struggle for 2 months and then do that SQL training or Tableau certification that was optional in the job description. That's the mistake that I made, and it costed me thousands of dollars.
And finally, guys, and that's something I know that Navjot is very passionate about, and I am not, is financial literacy. There is a method to create wealth in Canada. Make smart financial decisions the moment you land here, starting with getting a credit card and using it prudently to build a credit score of 792 in a span of 9 months, just like we did.
If you haven't done all 4 of these things before coming to Canada, you aren't prepared enough. Because with so many immigrants coming at once, you will have to be on top of your game to stand a chance to compete and get what you deserve when you finally come here.
Do share this video with as many people as possible. We don't expect Justin Trudeau to see this video, but you never know. Maybe it travels to people who are in position to do something about this situation and give people who have their COPR some relief so that they are able to start a life in Canada.
While we would love to make more videos on this, we will be better off fighting this with you on Twitter. So do follow us there, share your stories, and most importantly, do not lose hope. I know you lost a year of your life, but there is light at the end of this tunnel, and a lifetime of happiness awaits you when you finally land here.
मिलते हैं अगली वीडियो में, तब तक के लिए बाय बाय.
Bye bye.